Hello, this is Master Light Illuminator here. I know no one's here yet, but there's a replay, so you'll get to check this out. There's been a lot of conversation around thinking. It's kind of like a figure of speech where, oh, I think this, I think that, I think blah, 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 think. Hey, good morning. Good morning over there. Good morning, Australia. Woo! So thinking can only come from the known. So we can only think about something that is something we already know about. It has to be something we know. It doesn't come from freshness. Anything that's coming from the known is basically that we're thinking about is coming from the past. So anything that's known is now coming from past. And as soon as we start thinking about the past, we start manifesting our future from the past, and we end up on a complete loop cycle. So this loop cycle of thinking actually comes from the construct. It comes from programming. It comes from indoctrination. It comes from everything that we know, okay? Everything that we know. So if we already know something and we're thinking about it, then we're just going to know more about the same subject. We're just going to come up with new words about the same dang thing. And we can do that game infinitely and, keep getting reincarnated and come back to Earth to think more until we learn to let go of all the thinking, because it doesn't serve anymore. We're in a new reality if you choose to be, or you can stay on the old one. It's all a choice. But we have a choice to let go of thinking and tune into the sacred heart space. And in the sacred heart space, we have a message center. That message center is tapped in potentially, if you open that channel, to source. There's a lot of other channels you can tap into. I would recommend tapping into source because it's the most pure direct channel. And with that source-based heart space, feeling, intuition, connection, we can be guided by intuition. And that's the little voice, the little whisper that you hear. It's the soul wanting to guide you, source wanting to guide you. And that comes in the space of a thought. It's not thinking. Thinking is mechanical. It requires effort. It's something I'm going to sit here, I'm going to think about it. And all thinking is going to do is just keep you on that same cycle. That's why Einstein said the same level of thinking that created the problem can't solve it. We have to rise to a higher level. And that higher level comes from source. Okay, that's the message center. It's intuition. It's the soul. It's what's waiting to come through when we become still and silent, when we access that 0 point. Because thinking has basically, DMT, absolutely. DMT will show you all that thinking stuff doesn't really serve. Because you can go into DMT and think something really bad, and it can give you a really bad trip. Or you can just let go and love and experience the awesomeness of the fractal universe that is us. So everything is just a recursion of the same original source energy, but it's become extremely distorted after all this thinking has taken place, because we've been thinking for thousands of years, and we've created this ridiculous matrix structure that's keeping people trapped in the illusion, in a construct of reality because of all the thinking. It's all in the mind, and the mind is what got us into this freaking mess in the first place. So, hola, hey, how you doing? Speaking of DMT, how you doing out there? So the thinking, it's just not serving anymore. We've basically, in a matter of, a short amount of time, have pretty much on a path to completely destroy this planet. If we continue thinking about it. So what we can do is let go of all that thinking and trying to come up with solutions, because before thinking created and humans came in to organize and technologicalize and create all this stuff that is really not necessary, we were living organically, just like all the animals and everything. So there's an organic matrix system that we can tap into at any time, or we can stay stuck in the program under mind control and AI and keep thinking and see how that turns out. It's an inward journey where thinking is usually coming from the external. We may feel like thinking's coming from internal, but actually the thinking is coming from everything that we took externally from the program. from the program, from our parents, from society, from the world, from Illuminati, from cabal, from control systems, from books. Basically everything you've ever been taught is a complete lie. I would highly recommend questioning everything and keep questioning. Even if you questioned it yesterday and you found something out, question it again today, because we're always in the now moment. Thinking takes us into past, present, future, but really all there is now. So if we just get back to now, we get rid of the thinking, we tune into our heart space, we be still, use our breath, we can tap in and tune in to the heart space and receive messages from Message Center, from Source, from our higher self, from God, from the universe, from Shiva, from Shakti. We can go on. It's all basically the same thing. It's just one. We're all one. It's all the same. And I would love for us to all get back to being one and drop this illusion of separation, so we can actually just experience love. And the thinking is where it blocks the love frequency, because we get into thinking and then we're thinking, oh, my girlfriend, she looked at that guy that way, because now I'm thinking about that, and all of a sudden now my heart center gets closed because I thought I had was thinking about something. So you get the point. That's kind of the message of the moment. Love you, Claudia, and everyone else who's watching this. They answered a DMT. So there's a lot of different psychedelics and different drugs and whatnot that can expand the mind out of this whole thinking control system and allow for freedom. You can also do it through breath. You can do it by getting into nature and being still and disconnecting from all the technology and just being with yourself. Be with yourself, be still, be silent, shut everything off, unplug everything, turn the power off to the house. Something I used to do at the beginning of my awakening. I would go to the circuit breaker to the entire house and shut it off. So there was no electricity coming through the entire building, and I would just sit there in quiet space and tune in and tap in so I could get rid of all the distorted signals, because we're constantly being bombarded with all this distortion, electricity, and electromagnetic interference, all the stuff we can't see with the eye. Although there is one person I know that sees some different stuff through her left eye all the time. But we shut all this stuff down, we tap in, we tune in, and we can get rid of all the distortions. Now, there is distortion that's kind of out there because of the world that we live in and all this technology, and that's where nature can really assist, with all the trees and just the natural life, because we want to get back to natural life, get rid of the technology, all this artificial bullshit, and get back to nature, get back to organic, get back to eating what comes out of the ground. And that's kind of the secret, and it's all love. Everything's about love. So tune into love. I implore you to investigate giving up thinking. Go on a silent fast for a day. Be still, completely silent, unplug everything, and watch how the thinking will come, because the mind is going to want to think, and maybe you'll be able to shut it down, maybe not, I don't know. I would implore you to check that out and investigate it if you haven't already. And if you have and you haven't done it in a while, try it again. It'll be awesome. Love everyone. And yeah, that was cool when I shut the circuit breakers off, because it kills everything. And we can kind of get off grid, so to speak, in that environment. But really get off grid, get up in the mountain, go out to the beach, go somewhere where there's enough nature, water, or trees, or earth that can absorb all those Gwen towers and satellite, information, and cell phone towers and all this garbage information that's being bombarded on our physical being, to limit us and keep us in the program, in the mind control, in the AI, so that we keep feeding the artificial matrix the energy to keep it active. And we can choose to just let all that go. And I know it can seem scary to let stuff go, and I've been through the process pretty much for the most of last year. Just letting go, and it just keeps happening. So just keep letting go, keep tuning in to yourself, your heart space, and let your intuition guide you. Love you. Talk to you soon.